Starting off the podcast, we're actually diving into a very, you could say not exactly controversial topic, but a very spicy one,
juicy one.
Very juicy one, exactly.
Yes.
And that was thanks to the great recommendation of our brother and friend here, Masoud.
Yeah.
Masoud. With a strong ain.
Yeah.
But you brought about the topic of dating. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone to the High School podcast. A couple of days ago, they asked me on Instagram to make a podcast in high school. So I came here and I gathered two amazing people. So introduce yourselves. This is the second time I'm meeting you since graduation, and this is the second time I'm meeting you ever.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
So Muhammad Rahal, and I was his friend back in senior year.
Yeah, you can look at me, it's okay. Okay.
So we were friends back in senior year, and we didn't talk a lot. He was absent most of the time due to his surgeries. He just leaves for surgeries and never comes back.
And my name, as pronounced authentically, as I was named, would be Masoud Arif Nia. Arab people would say Masoud Arif Nia. Yeah, like with the they have to accentuate the ayn. Anyway, and I'm from Iran originally. And I've met this amazing guy on his day of graduation.
I introduced them.
Yeah, for the credit he introduced.
I'm taking the credit here.
Yeah.
Starting off the podcast, we're actually diving into a very, you could say not exactly controversial topic, but a very spicy one,
Juicy one.
Very juicy one, exactly.
Yes.
And that was thanks to the great recommendation of our brother and friend here, Masoud.
Yeah.
Masoud. With a strong ain.
Yeah.
But you brought about the topic of dating, right? I mean, there's no other way to put that,
You did.
Okay, you didn't have to go into that like that. That was hell of an introduction.
And I put this on you, okay? For all the aunties watching out there. No, but you brought about dating in high school, and that was a very good point because
Happens a lot. That's why I brought it up.
I mean, I'm not sure why he brought it up exactly, but because he never dated really.
I never went to high school even. That's
yeah.
For the viewers who don't know.
For now, he did though.
Yeah. I didn't go to high school. I
only
went to grade 10. Yeah, so grade 9, 11, 12 I was homeschooled. So no high school and no dating for me. But
you did go to high school though, like that 1 year.
Yeah.
I mean, and I would look at it in your case as an advantage because you experienced high school while at the same time experiencing going to a homeschool.
True.
So I personally I don't date for many reasons, for religious reasons, for rational reasons, if you want to put it that way. And I just want to have a discussion with you guys about that.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so Rahal, would you like to go first? You've been silent the past few minutes. So what do you think about what do you think about dating in high school?
I think it could be manageable if you want to. I'm not recommending it, but if you want to, you can manage this with your studies. Because honestly, in high school, in comparison to college, you're not that stressed in education.
Okay, but let's put it this way from your perspective. To phrase it as a question, would you or would you not date in high school or get into a relationship with any other girl?
Honestly, I wouldn't.
For what reasons?
Rational reasons. You just don't.
Okay, let's discuss those reasons. Let's rationalize and internalize those reasons.
Because honestly, maybe at some point in the relationship, it could go wrong. And this would affect you mentally and would affect you during the exams. Your education level.
That gulp was very personal. I was taken back with you. Okay.
Yeah, your performance would really get hit when with dating and whatever.
So could it be you wouldn't date because obviously, putting aside the fact that it's haram from a religious perspective, it would affect your academics and your studies as well.
Yes, it would.
And about that, I think we can circle back to this discussion that you keep repeating that dating is haram. I have some thoughts about that which I want to
go ahead.
here.
Yeah, sure.
We can go back to that, but let's finish this discussion.
Okay.
We'll come back to that later.
Why did you not say anything?
Something.
No, I'm done. I just gave my points. Like
cricket, awkward silence. Should I add that in the post edit? Like we looked at you for 2 seconds. So you had comments about.
One thing that I want to say before talking about that is that one huge thing that Muhammad was saying is that dating in high school, especially, is I would think people should rethink that before doing that. Is that after high school, people go to college. and that's a big point for separation. So having that in mind, right? You're starting something knowing that probably it's gonna not work out, and that's something that you should rethink before considering.
It could really hurt you as well.
That's what I'm saying, because if you wanna involve yourself in something like this, you would ideally want that to last like
a lifetime.
Exactly. Exactly the one.
When you're dating, you're either dating until marriage or you're dating until a heartbreak. Okay, so you can't just date during high school and then you're still in love and then you get separated because you cannot go to the same college or the same place. So
same country even sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes some people leave the country and they're separated while they're still in love.
Because I've seen instances, or even I have friends who decided to date during high school, and then when they travel to countries, for someone who's dating to think that it won't end at a certain point is unrealistic, especially when the relationship is that fragile and it was formed during a point in your life when you're not that mature.
Exactly.
Because let's face it, during high school, what was my maturity level compared to now? I'm still
non-existent.
Now at least maybe it's like 1 out of 10.
Once you finish high school, it feels like you mature much faster.
Way faster.
Yeah, because we have life experiences in college.
You're still not mature, but you start your journey, because in high school you're dependent on many different things, family, friends. You don't have your freedom to decide for yourself. But after that, you're forced to do that because you go to college, you become more independent. For some people, they move out from their house. And so on,
The thing is, when you don't have the freedom to decide for yourself, you don't know the implications that it could have on your life.
Exactly.
You don't actually internalize what it means to sustain a person, another living human being who doesn't only have, let's say, material needs, but emotional needs, wants kids, whatnot, whatever another partner expects from you. You're not ready to internalize that because you're still sucking your father and mother dry of all their money. To put it in a nutshell, you don't think about these things.
You're not really independent.
You're not independent, exactly. Now going back to the other idea, I wanted to circle back to. You kept repeating that dating would be haram. I want to hear your thoughts about that first. Why would you think that is haram?
Well, okay, to put it this way, I don't think, you cannot think in religion, it's just me saying based on what someone else has said it. So in Islam, I don't think there's any wise, reasonable scholar who's ever come out and said it's okay for a girl and boy to be together alone, or to have a strong relationship with each other before marriage. That's a given, but I can somewhat rationalize and understand why it would be haram. Like I could make reasons that, perhaps Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that it's haram for such and such reasons, as to why it is haram. One of those reasons being that, I can't exactly think of one right now, but I had many at some point in my life. That's exactly why I decided not to do it.
I could add on to that is people right now in these days are a bit too scared of meeting people of the other gender, to the point that when people want to make a relationship halal or like propose to the father, the girl in the relationship might tell him don't because my father would kill me, which is a bad thing. People shouldn't, don't tell my father, we should keep hiding it, so that the father, which is a really bad thing for us in general.
This actually reminds me of the reason why I thought that it wasn't allowed is that I see, culturally, I think nobility is a very strongly overlooked, like nobility and honor is a very strongly overlooked human emotion in today's society, People no longer see, because of liberalism, you could say, everyone can do whatever they want whenever they want to. People no longer see you taking out someone else's daughter, someone else's sister as something that's unhonorable, or I don't know how you say it, something that is not sharafli, as Turks would say. Because for me, it's not only a matter of honor. There are many factors also involved, but it's just a person with a noble family, with a noble bloodline, lineage, whatnot, wouldn't do these kind of things, For me, everything goes back to religion, so that's my rationale.
These days, marriage has become this big thing that people just postpone till their
30s,
exactly,
40s, 50s.
Exactly, and that could be a problem. So what I'm saying is that many people would feel like they cannot get married right now because they're like too young for that. They have to wait till like they're 30, 40 or something. And in the meanwhile, they think that it is haram to indulge in anything because they think that it's not marriage. But technically, marriage, it is this. that thing that we do, the wedding day, that's something that it's not really about Islam in its essence. That's just something.
So one thing I wanted to say is that not talking about dating, but people, interaction between a man and a woman is not necessarily a bad thing. You can meet her for the first time, get to know her.
We should also talk about that. What we're talking about is dating in specific, not talking to the opposite.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
I'm trying to get to that point. So like, if you talk, meet each other, you can get to know each other and maybe see if you guys are, compatible together. And so this can lead to marriage. Maybe the thing we're talking about is not really dating that's haram, it's the things that people do during dating.
I have a problem with what you said just a couple of seconds ago when you said this can lead to marriage. When you say this can lead to marriage, you're implying that the intention a person goes into a relationship, like when I'm going into a relationship with a girl, the intention that I'm going with into this relationship is uncertain. You should always be certain from the start. There is no this could lead to. There is only this either leads to a positive or a negative response. Because whenever you go into an interaction with a girl who's not your mahram, it should always be with the purpose of marriage or a professional relationship. Thank you very much for watching part 1 of the Marriage Podcast, and stay tuned for the second part, which shall be released very soon. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and type in the comment section down below your thoughts on the entire podcast, as well as if you subscribed or not, so that I can mention you in the next video that I put out. See you very soon. I hope you're well, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.